Is that sword for cutting through mysteries? This place must be pretty dangerous.
Yes, it is. I've been here 5 times now. I've been here too long.
Here you go, Master. Here's your solution key.
Is that key something like a clue for the case? Wow. Looks like you're ready to go.
Could you be more of a doubter? Whatever. I'm gonna ignore you. So let's go and unriddle this mystery labyrinth. Let's hunt down this culprit who preys on the truth.
We have to walk? This is unbearable.
Come on! You're bumming me out here.
I thought you were going to ignore him.
So much for that. Okay, let's begin case number 4. At least I get to take down my
Vivian,
hitman with this.
Do you remember anything about the case?
You mean Dr. Huesca's murder? Or are you talking about when Chief Yako was attacked?
Huh? You remember? Everyone else that came here lost their memories.
That's pretty rare. Must be because of his whole spiritual thing.
Which means he might remember when we get out of here too.
So the others lost their memories. That's why no one remembers this death god.
How rude of them. It's thanks to yours truly that those cases got solved.
That reminds me, I used my coalescence with Fubuki before Vivia. But Vivia is the only one who came into the mystery labyrinth.
Wait, what? Pause. Coalescence with Fubuki before Vivia. Vivia's the only one who came to the mystery labyrinth. Eh?
I guess coalescence got overridden. Maybe it only takes the most recent ability.
Well, I need to hold their hand, right? So, could be. That's the
I
proc.
don't know either.
You don't know? But coalescence is your power, Shinigami.
Relax, will ya? Minor detail.
You would have been better off with Fubuki. She would have been far more useful for this case.
It doesn't matter anyway. No one can use their forte here.
Oh. So now I really don't have to do anything. Thank goodness. What a relief.
Vivia's like that one team project member who's like, yeah, I'll do my part. Never does his part.
Jeez! You ever think your lack of motivation could be contagious?
Hey, relax.
Let us begin. Do I get to fight Yomi this time? Please tell me I do. All Yomi does is walk onto the scene and start yapping at me.
Ooh, there's that mystery!
Huh?
You should do that too. What?
I told you to stop surprising me like that.
I thought this labyrinth would only require your wits. But it looks like it's going to take more than that, Yuma.
Well, he doesn't have a whole lot of wits, so he doesn't have a choice.
No question.
Huh? Why didn't a problem appear?
Not only was there no problem, no choice appeared either. Master, maybe you don't even know which mystery to start with to solve this case.
Yeah, there's so many unknowns. I'm honestly feeling lost right now.
Come on! You gotta know where to start with this stuff, or you won't be able to solve a single thing!
How about the route to get to the lab? That's important.
Let's decide that for now. What's the first mystery of this case?
The first mystery is the fact that Dr. Huesca was murdered in a completely locked room with no way in or out.
Okay, start with that.
The doctor was located deep in the critical lab, behind layers of security. And yet, he was found stabbed to death. We were the first to discover the body. At the time, we were controlling the robot, Amapel. Because of that, we were thought to be the culprits. But we obviously aren't. So how did the culprit get in and out of the doctor's lab? That's what I don't know.
But the culprit is definitely the hitman, right?
I think so, but I'm not absolutely sure. Besides, even if the hitman did it, there's the question of who hired him. But there's no doubt the hitman stabbed Chief Yako. That's the only thing I'm absolutely certain about.
Peacekeepers?
Kanai Ward's garbage. What are you doing here?
Yomi Hell Smile.
So the director of the Peacekeepers is here.
Yeah, but he's just part of the Mystery Labyrinth.
I figured. In other words, he's a monster created from the labyrinth, right?
Right.
You pieces of shit. You're disturbing the peace of Kanai Ward!
This guy doesn't seem like an easy opponent.
But we have no choice. For Chief Yako, for everyone.
You killed Dr. Weska, didn't you? Turn yourselves in so I can torture you to death!
Is that a flail sword? Got a sick design. It's got one white wing and then a black halo. Okay, so I gotta prove that I didn't kill him. Toxic gas. Shoe print on Amapal. Shoe print. In the lab, there was a shoe print on the head. Toxic gas is bacterial. No, probably this.
Killed Dr. Weska. You disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab.
I disarmed the security system. Well, I actually did, so yeah, that's true.
And then murdered him inside.
Worm. It's all worm.
Until you actually entered the lab. The security system for the critical lab stayed active. It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active.
Impossible to bypass the system. Oh, what? That wasn't it? We don't know how they got through the security system. Okay, never mind.
You're the ones who killed Dr. Weska.
Because I did with the
You disarmed the
Amapal.
security system to the doctor's lab.
No, worm.
And then murdered him inside. Until you actually entered the lab. The security system for the critical lab stayed active.
Right?
It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active.
In other words,
No one can enter the doctor's lab.
No one can enter the doctor's
There
lab.
couldn't be an intruder.
This is the truth.
But there was a shoe print. I should really just hear out the statements before I
When the
choose.
body was first discovered, Amapal was about to enter the doctor's lab, but something bumped into it and knocked it over. In fact, there was a mark on Amapal's head, like someone kicked it. That mark wasn't there when we borrowed it. It's proof that someone else was in the lab.
You call that evidence?
Yes. Because that means someone objectively had to have been in there and the doctor was already dead.
Is bullshit the only thing that comes out of that mouth?
Okay, now to reinforce it.
Don't make me laugh. Shit! There was an intruder?
I'm not a little shit.
That's impossible!
Okay. Ah, fuck.
And in fact, you proved that yourself!
You proved that yourself. What? Eh?
Damn.
So many self-serving arguments. It's all made up. Use the powers to
Don't
contradict
make me
them.
laugh. Shit! There was an intruder?
Okay, apparently I am a little shit. That wasn't it.
watch carefully for what the
Got it.
What? He just insulted
Don't
me,
make
that's
me
all.
laugh.
There's no repel.
Shit! There was an intruder? That's impossible!
There was an intruder. Oh wait, okay.
And in fact, you proved that yourself!
You proved that yourself.
That claim doesn't hold up.
You proved there wasn't an intruder? Oh, I was the intruder, that's why.
What do you mean?
We proved there wasn't an intruder.
You still don't understand? Don't make me laugh.
Okay. He's saying that we kicked it over then.
If there was another intruder, then where did they go?
Airlock decontamination device. Yes, they went there.
By the time you arrived at the scene, there was no one else, right?
Right?
There's no place to hide in the critical lab.
I'll slash through this mystery.
That's wrong. They could have hid in one of the vents. Temporarily.
There's a hiding spot. It's inside the airlock's decontamination device. The vent cover can be easily removed, and there's just enough space for someone to fit inside. If they hid inside the decontamination device, we wouldn't have seen them when we arrived at the scene.
So what? You've got it all wrong anyway. Everything is wrong. Your existence is all wrong. Have fun chasing that fake truth you found.
Not phased this time. We don't know how they got in too, that's why.
We managed to defeat him this time, but it's not over yet.
He sure is persistent, huh?
Anyway, there's no doubt someone else was inside the doctor's lab. So let's unravel each mystery one at a time.
All right, we'll get it this time.
What?
Come on, why does it have to be so sudden?
I did all that for this question? Was there an intruder? Yes.
Okay, now that we've wedged our way into this mystery, we just gotta head through the labyrinth and reach the truth.
I'm just gonna go through this. This isn't even worth my time.
Right here.
We're just now getting to the point. What a pain.
Hey, don't sigh. This is a good thing.
Sorry.
Anyway, let's head inside.
Vivi's like, how long does a labyrinth usually take? 2
There was
hours?
an intruder for sure. We
What?
know someone
Ugh.
bumped into Amapao.
Oh, hold on, I'll charge it after.
The culprit probably hit Amapel on their way out. After that, they must have intended to leave the lab, but they couldn't because we were in the front chamber. So they hid inside the decontamination device to avoid us.
So, if you checked inside the decontamination device on the way to the scene, you would have caught the culprit then and there.
Yeah, but it was an emergency and we had no idea they were in there.
It's super lame to make up excuses, Master.
It's not an excuse, but it is true. If I had thought about why Amapal was knocked over at that time, I would have realized the culprit was in there. We could have waited in ambush or searched for them. And if I'd caught the culprit then, Chief Yako wouldn't have gotten stabbed.
Master, wallowing in regret is even lamer. If you have time for that, you have time to keep going.
Right.
Yuma, you are very slow at developing as a character. But I understand. He is still a trainee. Maybe at the end of the game he'll be a master detective. Okay, let me charge my headphones real quick too, because they are dying.
Really? Another fork in the path.
How did the culprit enter the
Seems
lab?
like we're finally at the central question.
Invited by the doctor? No. Seems like we're finally at the central question.
This is the first
Never
step
entered in
to
the first
solving how
place.
the culprit committed an impossible murder.
I leave the rest to you. I'm going to read a book or something.
How did he bring a book into the labyrinth?
You can bring your own stuff into the mystery labyrinth?
He's just special.
He defies the rules. I'll leave it to you to solve this one, Yuma. Just let me know when we're done.
Come on!
You're like a for nothing anemic vampire. What's up with your killer deductions? Never entered in the first place. Deactivate the security by cutting the power. Invited in by the doctor. No, he wasn't invited because he was like, what? Who are you? They had to have cut the power.
Right here!
Because if it wasn't deactivated, it was just cut then. Which means it wouldn't be in the log.
The culprit used the blackout to slip past security and into the lab. That answer is pretty simple. Almost too simple.
I know they had their own power though. But let's see where this leads. Is that a terracotta?
Huh? A trap?
Guess you were wrong, Yuma. Well, I already knew that before you entered.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
You wanted me to tell you? You should have said so earlier. People only grow by learning from past mistakes, which is why I purposely...
Ah!
Master, we have to get out of here!
How do we get out?
Use logic to show how this route is the wrong one!
All right, I'll try.
Why is deactivated security by cutting power not correct? Yeah, because the power is managed independently. But the power did go off though, that is true. I only have one option.
The doctor said the critical lab was on a separate grid, and the lab switchboard wasn't in the electrical room. The security wouldn't shut off, even if there was a blackout in the building. Well, I may have messed up, but at least we got a little closer to the truth.
Maybe, but if you hadn't messed up in the first place, you wouldn't have to come up with such a lame excuse.
I know. I'll do better next time.
Well, that's because the question was framed against me. There was no right answer then. I think. I mean, it couldn't have been the other ones where he was invited in by the doctor and he never entered the lab because he was in the lab, and he wasn't invited in because the doctor was like, who are you? So the only question could be that they cut the power to the independent one, but then it never showed up in the log. Oh, never mind, I'm back here again.
Yuma.
I'll leave it to you to solve this one.
Yeah, that's right!
Let's hit out of the park. Deactivated security by cutting power. Never entered in the first place. Invited in by the doctor. Never entered?
Right here!
I don't think any of these are correct.
Culprit never entered? But you said there's no doubt the culprit was in there.
Perhaps the intruder is not the culprit after all.
So you're saying that the doctor committed suicide? If the doctor committed suicide, then the culprit wasn't the intruder, but the doctor himself.
Nope.
If the doctor did it, there would be no intruder. The doctor was already in the lab.
I already got it wrong, but I think all of these routes are wrong, that's why.
Huh? This route is wrong too? Again?
No need to worry, Yuma. I don't mind it at all if we can't find a way to move forward.
Sheesh. Even I'm losing motivation. You can take care of this on your own, can't you, Master?
Oh god, now she's talking like him.
Don't let him influence you!
Why is the doctor committed suicide not correct? Because he had stab wounds on the back, 3 of them. I see, we're doing process of elimination here.
That's right. The doctor was stabbed 3 times in the back. One stab would have indicated that he held the knife in place, then fell on it to kill himself. But he couldn't have made 3 wounds like that. There's no way it was a suicide.
Which means...
No excuses, Master. Do it again.
You're tired, Yuma. Why don't you lie down for a bit?
resting here wouldn't help me at all.
And also we'd be perpetually lost. I see, so I have to get it wrong 3 times basically for the story to progress. Interesting. This really is sounding like an unsolvable crime. Invited in by the doctor. Alright.
Right here!
The doctor invited the culprit in? But why?
Things are so muddled now because we're assuming the culprit forced their way inside. If the culprit was invited to the lab, then he easily would have been able to enter.
Ah, so you think the doctor disabled the security? He wouldn't need it if he was expecting a guest.
But he wasn't though.
Huh? What? This was the last route!
This labyrinth is a tricky one. It's like one of those old detective novels. Perhaps you're the real culprit, Yuma.
That's right.
Really, Master?
Of course not! Focus! We need to get out of here!
Why is invited in by the doctor not correct? Because, oh, you're right, because there's no log of him opening it in the last 90 days except for the one we did when we pushed the button with Emma Pal.
The log on the doctor's computer didn't show any signs of security getting shut down. If that's the case, he certainly didn't cut security just to let someone in.
So there's no right answer.
What's going on? Were all 3 routes wrong?
I wonder what it means.
It means we need to create a new path. Or ask a new question. Also, he runs funny. For a guy who doesn't like to physical activity, he's got the right motion. Less drag with the arms. Ooh. A new door.
Hey! There's another door!
I get it! Since we proved that every possibility was wrong, a new one has appeared.
Interesting. The mystery labyrinth not only materializes the case, but also changes based on your investigation.
Right. Something felt off about those other routes. It's almost like we were forced to choose the wrong way.
But by eliminating each wrong answer one by one, you opened the path to the right answer.
You sound disappointed.
Who cares? Let's just see what's in the final route!
Entered and killed
They
via
used
spectral
projection
progression.
to enter and kill him?
Eh?
Then, the culprit is... I can't believe the culprit entered the labyrinth with us. That's never happened before.
That's impossible. You can't stab someone with it.
How dare you trick me! There's no escape! Once the mystery labyrinth is solved, the culprit will be judged! Master, let's finish up this mystery labyrinth and both kill this dude!
Hold on!
Oh god. Why did it even pose that question? You can't manipulate stuff in real time.
Huh? Another trap?
That's why I said to wait! There's no way Vivia's the culprit!
Then, prove it and beat this thing!
Why are there 4 of them now?
I won't be convinced until you do!
It's funny because this is an actual enemy in Dragon Quest. Alright, what do we got here? Entered and killed the professor. Spectral progression is wrong because you can't take over someone else's body. Right. You can't be heard and you can't manipulate things in the real world. That's why. Yes.
To begin with, nothing can be touched while in ghost form. He couldn't have held the murder weapon, the knife.
I can't believe we even had to go through that.
So it's not possible that he stabbed the doctor. Now do you trust Vivia?
Master, I've said this 1,000 times, but a detective must suspect everything. Besides, it's his fault for being so sketchy. The way he looks, how he talks, everything is super suspicious.
Sorry. I do try to stay out of sight.
Anyway, let's go back.
And a fifth door?
If he's not the culprit,
If you just
then
come
we're
from the
back to
roof?
square one.
Let's try going back to the fork in the path. Maybe something else changed.
I have to walk through this goddamn corridor every time. They should just spawn me in.
Nothing's changed.
There aren't any new doors. What? There's nowhere to go? What was the point of eliminating all the other paths?
Come on.
Don't start with that again. How about you help us for a change? You better cooperate, unless you want to get chopped up by Master Solution Blade.
Hold on, Shinigami.
I don't want to get chopped up. I dislike pain immensely. But you know, the journey up to now wasn't a waste. We did eliminate many possibilities.
But that means nothing if we can't reach the truth.
Nothing? Why do you want the truth in the first place?
Huh?
It's easy to say you want the truth. But are you sure you can handle it? No matter how cruel that truth may be?
Can I handle it?
I'm still not sure if you're the kind of person who can. I bet you're not sure either. That's why you're still so hesitant. This mystery labyrinth also reflects your reluctance. Maybe that's why you can't reach the truth.
What are you talking about? I've said it before and I'll say it again. I won't hesitate to expose the truth.
So you still haven't realized it? Guess you're not quite there yet. Well, that's fine for now. But eventually, you'll be forced to make a choice. When that happens, you'll have to prove your conviction and expose the truth, like you said.
Enough nonsense. Let's find some clues.
I think the truth about himself. Because I think Yuma might be the homunculi. And like you said, like Vivia says, Yuma might have the power to destroy the world. So will he be able to accept himself when he finds that truth? Maybe. That's what I think.
As an apology for the distraction, let me tell you something. This labyrinth appears to change shape by reflecting our investigation. So, instead of following the revealed path, isn't it possible to carve your own path?
Carve my own path? That's right, Shinigami! We can create new routes with our own deductions. Maybe we can do it here.
Sometimes, just a slight change in perspective is enough to completely change how you see things.
So if I change my perspective here, I might see something new. I see. I was so focused on how to overcome the security system. But that's not right. I need to change my perspective and think about who could have overcome it.
Don't box yourself in with your own assumptions.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
I hate when the anemic vampire tells us what to do. But if Master wants to, then fine. I'll lend you my power. Lay it all out, Master.
The barrel. Although I'm all powered up now, so I should have all the skills to find this. So who could open the security? Well, Makoto, Yomi. Who else? Pretty much running out of characters that are associated with Amaterasu. Shinigami puzzle.
Try to solve it lickety
Who is capable of overcoming the security system? PA. Okay. A robot is immune to poison no matter what, right? Oh, I'm a pal, I see. How do I spell it? No? Okay. What do I spell this? I'm a motherfucking gentleman.
Go, go, go!
Right. Wait, they saying they used another Amapal? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Ooh, a staircase.
A new route appeared.
This is all thanks to me!
Perhaps I said too much. Well, nothing has been solved yet.
I wish you'd express yourself a little better. How can we tell if you're happy or sad?
I've never been happy or sad in my entire life.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I want to die someday.
This guy's hopeless!
Anyway, let's explore this new route.
This route doesn't have a name. And Vivia is not coming. Oh, well, it's the correct route this time. Let's move it, Master. Yeah, we're going above the roof now.
When you think about who could get past security, the only option we know of is Amapal.
True, and that's how we were able to get through security ourselves.
But it's just a toy robot, right? How is it related to the case?
I don't know yet, but since Amapal can get through security, it must be important.
I'm more curious though, like other people that could get through it and then hide the logs and claws that caused the blackout too. You'd have to be proficient in knowing where all those places are.
It's sealed off here, too.
Hey, there's an intercom. Maybe someone will respond if you use it.
No way.
Huh? Doctor?
Huh? Wait. What the? Wait. Who are you? Help! Somebody come help me!
Isn't this the footage of when the doctor was attacked?
Yeah, you're right.
The mystery materialized. Must be related to what the doctor just said.
Who are you? Was directed at who?
Is, who did the doctor say? Who are you to?
Why is there just a casual couch over there?
Well, I'll leave it to you.
I don't get how you can keep reading at a time like this.
Oh?
I'll leave the rest to you, Yuma.
Let's solve this thing!
There's a door here too. Bust through this with your powers. Well, it's the culprit.
I can certainly understand why you'd want to choose that. But wasn't security active at that point?
But if it was another Amapal, we would have found it also inside. That doesn't make any sense though. Where would they have hidden the other Amapal then? And there's only one Amapal that was available. Because that's what the guy told us, the scientist.
I considered all the various possibilities, but I couldn't figure out a way to get past the security. If I'm right, then there is no basis to infer that someone had entered the doctor's lab at this point, which means you can't say the doctor was directing those words to the culprit.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I guess it really was.
At this point in time, you still hadn't borrowed Amapal, yes? And Amapal itself has an alibi.
Oh, okay.
However weird it may be to talk about a robot having an alibi. And normally, I don't believe anyone would shout out, "Who are you?" to a robot.
Right.
He was acting then. Damn. Why? He was a pretender. Holy shit, that means the culprit entered with us then, with the Amapal.
The trap didn't activate. Does that mean we found the right answer?
But if they did, how did they get past us? We were by the entrance.
Huh? So the right answer is no one?
Huh.
Why would the doctor say, "Who are you?" if no one was there?
The security was still active at the time, so no one could enter the doctor's lab, right? And that was before I borrowed Amapel. So the only explanation is that no one was there.
Why would he say that if no one was there?
What was the doctor's motive?
I think if we go there, we'll find the answer.
What? That route's obviously just a side road. Who cares what the old geezer was thinking anyway?
But it looks like this is the only way we can go. Besides, I am curious about what was going through his mind. It could be an important factor in solving the mystery behind this case.
Still, being forced to take a side route is too much trouble. Makes me wish I was dead.
Alright. You really plan on going forward, huh? Fine. Is this really the right path? I got a bad feeling about this. I suppose
So, Master,
Shinigami goes
do
last.
you have an idea about what the geezer was thinking?
Not yet, but I think it has to do with why he said, "Who are you?" I think the doctor was putting on an act.
An act? Really?
The doctor put on an act for a reason, but I have no idea why. We have to figure that out by going down this doctor's motive route.
He did that so that maybe we could open the security system from outside. So that he could escape? Why would he do that?
He's here too?
He could have left whenever he wanted then.
You rats keep scurrying around. Do you really think you'll discover Dr. Weska's motive this way? Good luck with that, morons! He had no motive at all!
Well, you said there's nothing here. Let's head back.
We can't do that! If he's trying to block our path, then this route must be important.
Nah, fine.
I'm only here because you maggots piss me off. So, I'm gonna end you here and now!
I'm trying to think of the motive right now. He wanted us to open the door.
This was all part of the
Photo. Oh, why is the
Doctor's
photo
plan?
here?
He didn't have a plan at all.
Right?
That exchange on the intercom wasn't an act.
It wasn't an act.
There was no reason to put on a show.
Oh, whoops.
The doctor misunderstood.
The doctor misunderstood. Email records. He was planning to escape.
You probably don't know this. Weska put his soul into his work.
Ah, shit.
The research was going well.
Okay.
The doctor was loyal to Amaterasu.
No.
This is the truth.
Not that part.
No, the doctor was planning on betraying Amaterasu Corporation. He was trying to escape Kanai Ward. He said so in the messages he wrote.
You little...
I guess he wanted someone else to open the door so that it wouldn't be in his log, or he could obfuscate it like that so that he didn't run away
Young's rebuttal.
himself.
What was that?
What was he trying to deny? Why was he covering up the doctor's motives?
I don't know, but Yomi might be an accomplice. He might not be the killer. Might be the accomplice.
It seems that this case involves the inner workings of Amaterasu.
Right. The doctor was going to betray Amaterasu. And whoever he was emailing knew that. So the doctor locked himself in the lab to protect himself from that person.
Perhaps the doctor's act had something to do with that.
And he's the only one that had the key to the archives with the research of homunculi, assuming. And I'm dead. Which means that he is a homunculi.
It's the security gate. Everything's locked up.
How did the doctor plan to escape
Which
Kanai Ward?
means this is a complex problem. We have to choose the right door and insert the correct solution key.
This is way more hassle than before. Guess I'll leave it to you, Yuma.
As always.
Blackout swapping places. I'll leave this part to you, Yuma. It's swapping places. Blackout. Prevent leakage. Doctor's notes. Wait, the doctor's notes. What was he trying to do? Melt his skin. Stored food. Terrorist bombing. Swapping places, that's it. Because he would make it, he would open the gate, have someone bait someone in here, throw the sulfuric acid on them, put the doctor's clothes on him, and then escape as the killer. But that didn't happen. And he would use the lab map to escape. The notes. I think so.
Oh, the door actually opened. I knew I could let Yuma handle
Wow, I
it.
just realized that now, yeah. I think he was trying to create a surrogate body.
Are you sure you aren't a phantom?
A surrogate body that would be unrecognizable but identifiable as the doctor using the sulfuric acid. It's devious.
So the doctor tried to swap places with someone else to escape from Amaterasu. The notes he left behind in the lab hinted at his plan.
You mean the diagram with the sulfuric acid being poured on someone?
Yeah, he was going to swap places with a corpse, then melt it with acid. He wanted to disfigure it beyond recognition. That's how he planned to fake his own death.
At the very least, it'd buy him enough time to escape Kanai Ward. Or so he thought.
Wow! Melting a corpse with sulfuric acid? Yay! So cool and grotesque! So who was the substitute supposed to be?
Good question. Oh, us. Because he was going to open the gate for us to buy some food for him, right? So any one of us.
Maybe the hitman. The doctor was under surveillance by Amaterasu, but he was still looking for a chance to escape.
And he did mention test subjects too.
When he learned a hitman was after him, he figured his chance had arrived. The doctor was hoping to use the security system to kill the hitman and use the body as a decoy.
Now that I think about it, the doctor did seem to be waiting for the hitman to arrive.
The hitman hasn't arrived yet. When will he show up? Don't tell me this so-called first-rate hitman was captured by peacekeepers.
But the hitman never did show up. That's why the doctor had a sudden change of plans.
And that was the act he put on by asking you, "Who are you?"
Perhaps that was a trap to lure you in, Yuma.
He was trying to lure Master?
He considered taking advantage of the detectives, since the hitman never showed up.
Oh my god, so he's the one that kicked over Amapal then, because he thought it was a person. But since it wasn't a person, well, someone else had to have got to him too then. Shit, never mind. Because the doctor really did die.
So if he called for help, he would charge into the lab, not knowing anything about the security system,
Right, but Makoto already told me about it.
and thereby acquire the corpse he needed as his decoy.
That seems overly complicated. Like those guys who overthink asking girls out.
Really? Oh?
Well, he couldn't have used another researcher. Someone would have noticed their absence. He needed visitors, people from outside to pull it off.
Right. Someone who wouldn't be noticed if they went missing.
So if I didn't know about the security and had rushed into the lab,
You'd be a super sexy skeleton right now. Aw, so close.
you want that?
But the doctor's plan failed, and he actually got boom killed by the hitman.
Yeah, but how? We were ahead of him the entire time.
I get what he was trying to do, but what about the impossible murder?
Assuming the attack on the doctor was just an act when we saw him through the intercom, we at least know for sure the real attack hadn't happened yet.
In other words, the culprit entered the lab after that exchange. So the problem is, when did they actually enter?
There were too many events that happened after that. I don't remember the sequence. We'll have to go through them. This will have something to do with Fubuki's time power, though, because we did reverse time when doing the panel
Where
puzzle.
are we?
Whoa.
This place is a real mystery. Then again, I suppose that checks out.
Huh? Shinigami?
Yeah! Master, this looks like an important turning point! So, is that your final answer?
I haven't said anything yet!
The culprit entered the lab before Amapal.
Master, you need to narrow down the timing for when the culprit got inside.
He did. Okay, I see. The culprit was following behind Amapal, that's why. I don't know how, but they got into the first room because it was open already. And then Amapal went, cleared the gas, and then the culprit followed behind Amapal into the toxic gas after. Did the third room, did the panels, but then when time reversed, we got the solution for the panel puzzle in one try, right? So naturally the culprit just followed the steps. Amapal then opens the door, the vault door. Vault door takes like 15 seconds to open. That's enough for the culprit to go in, kill the doctor, wait for the Amapal to come in, kick Amapal over, and escape back to the hiding spot in the first room. That's the sequence of events. I got it. I am the detective.
Now then, here's our fateful fork in the road. It's life or death. We are at the crossroads of mystery and solution. This earth-shattering choice may be your last. Now,
I sure hope not.
which one will you choose?
That's a cute design. The culprit entered the lab before Amapal. Yes.
When I directed Amapal to go into the doctor's lab, he already had a knife stuck in him.
Why are we using this graphical style right now?
Which means he was murdered before Amapal entered the doctor's lab.
That's right.
Your answer? Congratulations, Master! Would you like to double down?
What are you talking about? Anyway, let's keep going.
How do I double down on an answer that I got right? Okay. That was an interesting graphical style.
Little by little, we're narrowing down when the culprit entered.
Yeah, but we still don't know how yet. It had to be between when we spoke to the doctor over the intercom and when Amapel entered his lab.
Right, so the entire
During
time the
that
culprit
time,
was in the first
entered
room.
The doctor's
Wow.
lab and murdered him.
So the most likely time would be when you went to borrow Amapal, Master. The culprit had to have entered the lab then.
No, that's not true because
But
Fubuki was
Fubuki
standing
waited at the
watch.
front chamber while Desuhiko and I went to borrow Amapal.
Yep.
She said no one entered or left the lab.
Which means the person was there before we even got there in the first place, all three of us. So before Fubuki was even standing watch over there, the culprit was already waiting inside the vent in the first room. That's just how it is. Which is pretty freaky. They were in there for so long.
Huh? We're back on the original path.
Maybe you're supposed to try opening that door now.
I'm sure that from here on out, it's not just about when, but also how the culprit got in. Yuma, there's no need to push yourself if things get too hard.
Yuma, it might get hard for him, but I've already solved the case.
No, I can do it. I'm going to solve it.
Where was the culprit before the crime?
This is a map of the critical lab.
So we have to determine where the culprit was before the murder.
We'll have to solve them one at a time. Let's start with this mystery.
If we know where the culprit was before they got in, this route will be clear too. Do you know where?
Where was the culprit? Okay, this is the panel room, right? This is the panel room. This is the poison room, I'm assuming, and then this is the doctor's lab. So they were waiting... What is this? This is the connector, right? Yeah, they were waiting here.
Here,
They were waiting this entire time in the first room.
the culprit must have been here.
They were waiting there way before.
Yay! It opened!
After the exchange on the intercom, given there was always a detective at the front chamber, when we went to borrow Amapal, the culprit had to have already made their way inside. But the airlock is the only location that isn't affected by the security system. There. The culprit had to be inside that decontamination device before committing the crime.
Scary.
Yeah.
Another mystery solved. Just how far you planning to go, Yuma?
By the way,
Right, you went inside the decontamination device to check it out. Nice memory. That's right.
but I thought he was just hiding in there to avoid being spotted after the crime.
It was before, too.
So you think the culprit was in there before the crime too?
Yeah, the culprit was waiting for their chance. But we had no idea when we sent Amapel into the airlock.
And I'm guessing they didn't mean to
And
kill
from there, Yuma, you
Yako,
guided
but
Amapel to the
they
doctor's
met,
lab.
and that's why he had to kill.
So
He
the
had to kill him.
culprit entered the doctor's lab before then? How would that be possible? Only Amapel could get past security, right?
Yeah, that's the next big question.
It's because you can't move
Maybe
Amapal.
the
Ooh,
culprit used another Amapal unit.
whoa.
No, the researcher mentioned there was only one functioning Amapal.
Which means the Amapel Yuma controlled was the only one that could get past security.
That's right.
So the culprit must have taken advantage of Master's Amapal to get into the doctor's lab.
Yeah, that's the only way. But how did they use it?
Isn't it obvious? There was
There's
like
no
a
solving the
lag
doctor's
time.
murder until we figure that out.
Come on, Yuma, you should know this.
Well, I have an idea. Will you hear me out?
What is it?
How about giving up? I'm getting tired.
Nope, motion denied.
Whoa, so bright.
Another fork in the road? Such a complicated mystery labyrinth.
And what's this one? How did the culprit use Amapal?
Beyond each problem lies the truth. We're definitely getting closer to the heart of this mystery.
As a weapon? As a shield? Neither. They just followed it.
Do you think neither is really the right answer?
Given the process of elimination, that must be it. Amapal's hands aren't designed to hold anything, so it couldn't use the knife to murder the doctor.
That'd be crazy. Imagine losing to a child's toy.
Which means Amapal wasn't the murder weapon, and the culprit couldn't have used it as a shield. It can't neutralize the toxic gas, and the high voltage shock would destroy it.
So then, how did the culprit use Amapal?
I think we'll find out if we continue down this path.
That was the wrong answer! Come on, Master!
It's not the wrong answer. Oof. I'm back here.
Huh? We're...
We've been here before. It looks like we've been brought back.
But the door we opened earlier is closed again. Why's that?
Yeah, I wonder why.
Eh? Where was the culprit before the crime?
Huh? Even the question is the same. Does that mean we gotta do it all over again?
Well, the logic is still sound. There's no other hiding spot for the culprit besides the airlock.
So you want to choose the same answer and keep going?
If you do, you'll just repeat the whole process again. We'll just be brought back here if we can't figure out how did the culprit use Amapal. And I refuse to walk any more than I have to.
Hey, don't sit down!
What should I do?
Stand up! Stand up right now!
She actually picked him up.
Stop it. Leave me alone.
If you want me to leave you alone, then help my useless master out!
Fine. Just one thing then. We're back at where was the culprit before the crime? Because you're stuck at how did the culprit use Amapal? With that in mind, these two questions are connected.
Connected? Both the culprit's location and how Amapal was used?
Help him out more! More!
Stop. He won't be able to think after this.
The culprit was hiding in the airlock, where you also left the robot, right?
Yeah.
At that moment, only the culprit and Amapal were there. So maybe the culprit did something.
The culprit did something to Amapal?
Clues are always there, right under your nose. It's a detective's job to notice them.
Right. When we did start up Amapal, it did glitch out a bit at the beginning. So whatever he did something to it.
Did you notice anything strange back then? Any tiny detail? Try to remember.
Something strange. Hey! Now that you mention it, back then...
The music it played was pretty nice. I mean, what?
Oh, hey, the screen lit up. So this is what Amapal see. It's like the cockpit of a mech.
Right.
Whoa, what was that?
Yeah, it was glitching a bit.
Did it break already? I thought it was state of the art.
No, it's alright. It's stabilized. There was a moment when the camera stopped functioning while I was controlling Amapal. It returned to normal pretty quick, but maybe...
See? I told you it was right under your nose. You don't need any additional help from me, right?
That was a clue to help solve this mystery?
Actually, everything in this world is a key to solving mysteries. You just haven't noticed them. Perhaps there is more you're overlooking. Was there anything else unusual?
Something unusual. Something I missed.
Come on, Yuma.
Anything else? It's not like Amapal's camera showed the culprit.
How long do you think it took to open that goddamn door?
Wait, that's it!
That's enough for murder right there.
Huh?
Now that I think about it, wasn't that strange? The culprit must have gotten ahead of Amapal, but why didn't they ever show up on the camera?
I wonder why.
If the culprit went past Amapal to enter the doctor's lab, they would have been spotted for sure.
Now that you mention it,
But nobody showed up on camera. How did the culprit manage to pull that off?
You know what the crazy part is? If the door opened the other way, if the vaults swing the other way, you might have actually caught a glimpse of the culprit. Because the door wouldn't be blocking the camera.
How can you move from the airlock to the doctor's lab without appearing even once on Amapal's camera?
hey, aren't you just adding another mystery?
No?
No. All the pieces are here.
Huh?
Yuma, the mysteries you face now can be solved with a single answer.
A single answer?
Sheesh. I talk too much.
How did the culprit use Amapal?
One mystery after another!
Why did they appear on the camera? What caused the malfunction in the airlock?
What do you do now? It's a Pandora's box of mysteries!
Let's stay calm and think about it. There's plenty of time.
Or not. I'll keep reading while you wrap things up.
Remember what he said, Master. All it takes is one answer to solve these mysteries. Use those weak brain cells of yours and think!
Culprit's location. Amapal's usage. Its malfunction. Why didn't the culprit appear on camera? All this can be solved with just one answer?
Inside Amapal, behind, on top, behind. Oh. These happen too quickly. I need to read more. Inside, behind, on top. What? On top? That is crazy. As a weapon, as a playmate, as transportation. Dead battery, culprit jumped on it. Why didn't the culprit appear on camera? They were on top of it.
I got it! The culprit rode on Amapal's head, using it as a method of transportation.
That is crazy. But they couldn't have been on it during the toxic gas part.
The door opened!
They couldn't be on it during the toxic gas because it would have affected them. I thought they were just waiting behind because they could have waited behind, wait for the toxic gas to clear, then pass through, wait for Fubuki to figure out the correct path for the panel puzzle, follow Amapal from behind, wait for Amapal to then open the lock, and then just run on in, kill the doctor. But he was riding on top of it. Okay, well, that works too, I guess.
With every open door, it will be harder for you to turn back. Are you sure you want to keep going?
Yes, Vivia. I want more content.
Absolutely. I will find the truth no matter what. This is for the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
And so we go.
Hey, you said the culprit rode on top of Amapal. What did you mean by that?
Literally what I said. The culprit rode Amapal and used it to get through. After we left Amapal in the airlock, the culprit came out of the decontamination device.
Okay.
Then they jumped on Amapal's head. The disruption in the footage was from the impact.
That's insane.
Is it? I think it's fairly reasonable.
you say that's insane, but we saw a guy jump off a roof into a sewage duct and then swam all the way, or I'm assuming swam all the way to another district, got on a boat to steal some safes. Like, that is some movie level conspiracy shit.
Amapal can withstand up to 100 kilograms of weight. So, someone riding on it shouldn't affect its functionality.
Must have been annoyed when I pressed all those music buttons then.
The shoe print on Amapal's head wasn't caused by someone kicking it. It was left there from the culprit hopping on and off.
Right, a bit careless of them not cleaning it then.
After that, the culprit simply rode on it as it moved toward the doctor's lab. By doing so, the culprit was able to evade the camera and remain hidden as they made their way through the lab.
You're right. If it's true, then it does solve all of the previous mysteries. Imagining the culprit riding on a robot makes me laugh.
But Yuma, have you not realized it? You're still missing something. One major mystery remains.
Who is the culprit, right?
What's with that huge sigh?
The greatest mystery of this case should appear soon. Just the thought of it gets me feeling down.
This case's greatest mystery?
We don't know who the culprit is. There's no suspects this time.
This is the panel chamber.
That means the doctor's lab is just beyond it. If we can get through here, we'll reach the goal, yeah?
What did the culprit get off of Amapal?
Is this the greatest mystery you mentioned?
Not exactly what I was envisioning.
Well, this is the mystery to be solved, so let's clear it out.
Beats me.
When would it have been possible for them to get into the room ahead of us? Oh, this is easy. This looks so stupid. While opening the door, when going through the door, hey, what's up, man? Pizza delivery. Okay, while opening the door. Yep,
The culprit murdered the doctor before Amapal entered the room.
because they had time, and it opens so flippin' slow.
Which means the culprit had to have gotten ahead of Amapal at some point. It was when the door first opened. At that moment, the culprit snuck into the doctor's room.
Yeah, when the doors were slowly opening, just like this. That's when the culprit took their chance.
So
What?
extra.
The moment there was enough space for a person to slip through, the culprit hopped off and went inside.
They didn't need to go over the door. They could have just walked around like a normal person.
Like this?
Ooh. Yes, and they killed the doctor in record time. They pretty much had to kill him and then leave immediately.
We still haven't reached the goal. I thought we could get into the doc's lab now.
Is this a joke to you? Your deduction is full of holes. If this is a joke, it's not very funny.
Master, you know what to do.
Of course.
I'll take your garbage deduction and toss it in the trash. I am the saint of Kanai Ward, protecting it from filth like you!
The Saint. Fubuki's forte, Amapal's design.
The culprit hopped off Amapal as the door opened.
What's the design? Oh right, it can't move after.
Then slipped through the gap in the door. That's impossible even for Fink the Slaughter Artist! Think about it. If Amapal's line of sight changed just a bit,
No,
I'll slash through this mystery.
that's not possible.
Amapal is designed so that when its hand is stretched out, it won't execute any other inputs. That's why when it was pressing the button for the door, the culprit didn't show up on the camera.
You little maggots. Don't get so full of yourselves. You're not getting out of here alive.
Simple enough.
I get it. So Amapal couldn't move while the door was opening. That's when the culprit took their chance.
Since the door opens outward, it's possible to take advantage of the blind spot it creates. That's how the culprit managed to stay outside the camera's view as they entered the doctor's room.
Right.
So it's an elaborate murder that took advantage of Amapal's design, and even the direction the door opens.
Yeah, they're just lucky the door also opened that way.
Whoever planned this must have really wanted the doctor dead. I guess you can call it an obsession. How scary. Just like this passageway. Where will it take us? Perhaps a suite with the culprit's obsession on full display? A room of nightmares?
Knock it off with the weird soliloquies. Let's go.
You're really going?
Huh?
I have no idea what the culprit could be, though.
With this thing!
Hey, Yuma. When the culprit entered the doctor's room while the door was open,
Huh? Yeah?
at the time, the doctor was in the room, right? If the door opened and an intruder entered, how could the doctor not have noticed?
So what if he did notice? It's not a big deal.
Yes, it is. If he had noticed an intruder, the doctor would have turned to face him.
Right?
Which means he wouldn't have been stabbed in the back.
I see what he's saying. If it's someone he knows.
That piece of trash is right. Your logic is flawed.
Hey, what are you, on the Phantom side now?
Listen to my incredible words of wisdom. Your crappy deduction is worth less than shit! Everything you do is a fucking mistake!
Hey. That's not true. Okay. So what he's saying is that the doctor must have recognized who came into the room because they had their back turned. Because if it was a stranger, they would have panicked and most likely fought back too. That means the culprit is someone we know.
Damn it! Your
Damn it,
deduction is
damn it.
inconsistent.
Is it now?
It's full of inconsistencies. By your logic, even if the doctor could be stabbed, it wouldn't be from behind.
It wouldn't be from behind.
That's all impossible!
Okay. I know what I need to repel.
Damn it!
Your deduction is inconsistent.
It's full of inconsistencies. By your logic, the doctor could be stabbed. It wouldn't be from behind.
That claim doesn't hold up!
It wouldn't be from behind.
No, the culprit did stab the doctor in the back. That's how the body was discovered.
That's why I'm saying your deduction is inconsistent. By your logic, the doctor couldn't have been murdered in that way!
Why are you so confident, though?
The culprit quickly entered the...
Quickly entered the lab. Doctor's notes. He was trying to flee. He can be oh, he's deaf. Right.
lab.
Never mind, it wasn't
But
someone
the
he knew
doctor
with
was
his
in the room
death.
at the time, right?
Didn't hear the door open.
There's no way he missed an intruder.
Oh my god, so many particles.
Running is noisy. So Wesker would have heard and turned to face the culprit.
No, that's why.
And his chest would have been stabbed, not his back.
Huh. What? What the fuck? Okay. My bad.
culprit quickly entered the lab.
Okay.
But the doctor was in the room at the time, right?
Yes, he was.
There's no way he missed an intruder.
There's no way he missed an intruder.
Running is noisy. So Wesker would have heard and turned to face the culprit.
Right?
And his chest would have been stabbed, not his back.
Okay.
Unless you think the doctor was asleep. Is there any trace of him being drugged?
No.
Even if he didn't look back from his desk,
Look back from his
he
desk.
would have heard someone coming.
No, that's wrong.
This is the truth.
Damn, I had to wait all that just for this. You were trying to bait me.
Wait, the doctor had trouble hearing. That's why he didn't notice the intruder.
Now you're spouting nonsense. Say whatever you want, it won't save you. There's a gaping hole in your logic. And there's no way you're gonna fill it at this rate. Because you, more than anyone else, you're the one refusing to see the truth right before your eyes.
Am I?
What? I refuse to see the truth? Vivius said the same thing. But
It's strange, don't you think? Isn't it about time you noticed that something's off here?
huh?
You've solved many mysteries up to now, yet none of them are directly connected to the culprit's identity.
That's because the culprit is the hitman.
Yeah, but we don't have suspects this time.
If that's the case, why haven't you reaped the hitman's soul? And that would end the labyrinth.
It's not that easy. The culprit will fight back unless we solve all the mysteries first. Hang on. What are you getting at?
In my eyes, the reason a single mystery hasn't been directly connected to the culprit is because of Yuma's reluctance. It's pushing away the mysteries that lead to the culprit.
Huh?
Subconsciously, you're closing your eyes to the truth. That's why you haven't touched on the hole in your reasoning.
What hole?
Whatever, that's enough. Just ignore this guy and keep going.
Hey!
I think what he's trying to say is the reason why the labyrinths exist are because I don't wanna... I already know the conclusion, but I have to like spell it out for myself to convince myself that yeah, it's this person and they deserve to die. Maybe?
Yuma.
I don't know what the culprit is this time though.
Jeez, go away!
You know what I'm talking about, don't you? The huge hole in this investigation.
What are you...
Just ignore him.
Let's review your deduction, shall we? The culprit took advantage of Amapau's locked position and entered the lab. And before the robot entered the room, that person stabbed the doctor from behind. However, they bumped into Amapau while escaping, causing it to fall over. That was obviously a mistake, but since it wasn't captured on video, they were able to avoid detection. After that, the culprit went inside the decontamination device in the airlock to hide from you.
That's correct. So what's the hole in my deduction?
It's before all of that. It remains the case's greatest mystery.
I think he's talking about the
Which
culprit's
is?
motive and the identity.
How did the culprit get past security?
Okay, that too, yeah. Like, how did
What?
they get down to the restricted area? It has to be someone who has access.
Already told you that. The culprit rode on top of Amapau as Master controlled it and was taken all the way to the doctor's lab.
I think they're trying to say that it's Makoto. Kagutsuchi's the one who killed him.
But if someone was riding on it, how did they get past the high voltage shocks in the panel chamber?
Fubuki.
Oh,
Although they could have stepped off of it for that part.
This is the end for you! You have nowhere left to go!
Oh, come on! Why now?
I won't let you maggots ruin the peace of Kanai Ward! As the king of Amaterasu Corporation and the guardian of Kanai Ward, I will stop you here and now!
Perhaps this, too, is an obsession. Why does he insist on covering up the truth? Tell me, what will you do, Yuma? Are you going to stay willfully blind?
I see. It's Kagutsuchi. He's the killer.
No, I'll fight. Whether it's subconscious or not, I won't look away from the truth. I'll find the truth no matter what. This is for the chief and everyone at the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Because after all, he's the one that also told us about the security system too.
Good luck! You'll never find it. You'll scurry around this labyrinth forever, like blind mice. You'll rot away in it, looking for an answer that will never come!
Alright, alright. Keep talking. I keep winning. But why would Makoto do it though? Shit. Guess we're about to find out.
Keep playing with your shit deductions. You
I will
still
do
haven't
that.
solved the greatest mystery!
Ooh.
How did the culprit get past the security?
Ooh.
The critical lab security system was always live.
Always live.
There was no way to reach the doctor. The panel chamber shocks would have fried the culprit. That security system? No living human can breach it.
No living human can breach it. They breached it 90 days ago. Okay. Ghost form traits.
Don't tell me the culprit is a robot.
What? How'd the culprit break through the panel chamber? We have Amapal with us to disable the security system. Did you notice anything else weird at the time?
That's right.
As far as the panel chamber
Keep
goes,
playing with your shit deductions. You still haven't solved the greatest mystery. How did the culprit get past the security? The critical lab security system was always live.
was always live.
There was no way to reach the doctor. The panel chamber shocks would have fried the culprit.
Right?
That security system? No living human can breach it.
That's it.
I'll slash through this mystery.
But I can turn back time. And that's why we never got it wrong. But they must have been confident then. They knew Fubuki's power.
A human could get past the panel chamber by using Fubuki's forte. In fact, that's how we got past the panels. The high voltage shocks kept destroying Amapal. But we reversed time every time that happened.
Oh my god, I think I just realized. Could the killer be Yako? The only person who could have known of Fubuki's power is one of the detectives. And so Yako trusted that Fubuki would turn back time if they failed the panel. He knew they would get it right the first time. What? Oh my god, I think Yako's the culprit. Holy shit. Wait, what? And maybe picture has something to do with his intent for murdering the doctor, because maybe he lost the woman in the picture. And that's why there was blood on it too. Oh, I think I just solved the mystery.
Correct. So whenever it was struck by the current, you went back in time.
I'm just gonna stay quiet now because I actually think I solved the mystery. Let's let it play out now.
But while that was occurring, the culprit, a human, was riding on top of Amapal. That person was burnt to a crisp every time you failed.
Damn.
But
Which means you killed the culprit over and over again.
Vivia,
If only you had chosen to remain ignorant, I would have walked beside you in silence. But if you intend to seek the truth, then I must stand in your way.
Ooh.
what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
He's going to betray you, Master.
Betray me?
It's up to you, Yuma. This is your final chance to save the world you believe in. What are you going to do? It's time to decide your past and your future.
Alright, and Phantom Yomi just disappeared from the frame. Oh,
Why,
there he is.
Vivia?
Oh, nice. Get to have a duel with him. Please make it nice. He's still normal. Oh, this is so cool. 2 detectives. Stab wounds in the back, electrical room.
Let me ask you.
Toxic gas properties, stab wounds in the back. Eyewitness.
How did the culprit bypass the toxic gas chamber?
How did they
It's
bypass the
impossible
gas?
to avoid the gas.
That's a good question. How did they? Ah, 30 minutes. Oh, shit. Okay.
Say,
Even a gas mask wouldn't work. Don't think there's any rebuting that statement.
Right.
Okay. Let me hear him out
Let me
first.
ask you. How did the culprit bypass the toxic gas chamber? It's impossible to avoid the gas.
Okay, that's true.
The culprit would surely die.
What? Okay. Guess it's not that either.
let me ask you. How did the culprit bypass the toxic gas chamber?
It's impossible to avoid the gas.
The culprit would surely die.
It would surely die. Alright.
You should already
Know this.
right?
You should already know this.
Gas is a special trait. The gas can see through even a gas mask.
That's true.
No ability can nullify its toxicity.
No ability can nullify. It's true.
Once it hits you, you're done for. You die before reaching Weska. No one
This is the truth.
That's not true though. 30 minutes. Oh my god. Oh my god. It is. It is Yako. He was never stabbed.
If you pass through the toxic gas, you'll die. But you'll have 30 minutes before it kills you. Which means you could survive for 30 minutes.
What? Don't tell me.
The culprit's already dead and it was Yako. Then who is that person in the black?
There are no gas masks here that can block this toxic gas. And no fortes that can nullify it. There's only one way you could get through it. You do nothing. You endure it in hopes of Amapal taking you to the next room.
Then the culprit didn't do anything to counteract it and just passed through the toxic gas?
They knew they would die for it.
It's the only explanation that makes sense. This is the truth.
Damn it, that's why Yako was a diversion too. Because he would divert the guards and then head to the decontamination room. And he knows the layout of it because he used to work for Amaterasu. Shit.
I can't believe it. But if the culprit really did just endure the toxic gas,
Then they...
the culprit is...
It appears you finally glimpsed the truth, Yuma.
Yeah, I get it now.
Well, how does it feel to have your world shatter before your eyes? Isn't this what you wanted?
Yes, this is the truth.
What's he talking about?
Yomi's mystery phantom and Fifia are both right. Subconsciously, I didn't want to know the truth.
Huh?
Up until now, the mystery labyrinth was withholding the mysteries that led to the culprit. And that's because it's a reflection of my own reluctance.
Master, what's wrong? Do you know who the culprit is? It's the hitman, right?
I think there was a hitman or whoever was in that black outfit that left, then yeah. But the killer wasn't them.
The truth is worthless.
Okay, 500 times scale.
Nothing has less value in this isolated, rainy city. No one wants the truth. Not even you! Now, rot away and die right here! No one will get in my way. Kanai Ward, Amaterasu! They both belong to me!
Is this the fortress? No, it's a boss battle. It's a reasoning boss battle. Let's do it.
If the culprit carried out the crime like you deduced, then they should be dead from the toxic gas.
They are.
But no one at the scene has died from poisoning.
But they have, actually.
If you can understand that much, then what are you still doing here?
I couldn't even
You're
repel
right
anything.
that no one in that lab died from that toxic gas. But that was part of the culprit's plan from the beginning. They planned to distort the facts of their death.
Yuma, are you sure you want to face the truth?
Yes. Oh my god, yes. I need to tell everyone else too.
Your world will fall apart. The world that you believed in.
I mean, he had his reasons, obviously. It's like those girls in chapter 2. They killed someone and I revealed it. Like, they had their motives still. Alright, let's do this. Come on.
Your deduction is wrong.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Don't disturb the peace.
What we said the line. I haven't played
It's not
Persona
even
3
worth
Reload yet.
debating.
I just know it's a meme. Okay.
Is
Focus.
this the best you can do to refute it? Just give up and die!
You're not giving me anything to refute anyways. Amapal the Hitman. What?
That's right.
Corporate didn't use Amapal to cover up their own death. Okay.
Your deduction is wrong.
I just hit the first thing.
Don't disturb the peace.
Speed run.
Not even worth debating.
Speed run.
Is this the best you can do to refute it?
Yes. Chipmunk voice.
Just give up and die!
The Hitman.
With this, I'll expose the truth. The culprit misrepresented their death by using the hitman.
That's right.
The culprit realized their plan would be exposed if someone in the lab died from toxic gas, so they used the hitman to cover up their own death.
Where did they get the knife though? I'm just curious because the knife did have the imprint.
Use the hitman?
Meaning, the hitman wasn't hired to assassinate the doctor. They were hired to cover up the culprit's death by toxic gas.
Oh shit, so that was actually him. Damn. Okay.
Huh? The hitman's target was the culprit? Not the doctor?
So Yako hired the hitman to kill him after he killed the doctor.
But the doctor was stabbed by the knife with the inscribed F. Doesn't that belong to the hitman?
Right, but it was used as bait.
All you would need is a similar knife. The story of Fink the Slaughter Artist using a knife inscribed with the letter F is well known.
Nah, we leave it alone until we receive further orders. Did you see the knife stuck in his back? It's the one that Fink the Slaughter Artist uses, right? I've heard about his knives inscribed with the letter F.
So, it was all a ruse? The real culprit made it look like the hitman did it?
I mean, we never investigated Yako's body too, so I don't even know if there was a stab wound.
Stop. Stop, 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 stop! You useless garbage! To hell with detectives and the truth! I won't let you have your way in my city! There is no real culprit! Dr. Wesker was killed by the hitman!
Huh? What's going on? Who's the real culprit?
The real culprit. The real culprit is...
The time has finally come, Yuma.
Can I finally select it?
It's time for you to acknowledge what you've known all along. If the tiny crack spreads any further, the mirror will shatter, exposing the chaos of the real world. Knowing this, will you still expose the truth?
Yes. I
Show
will.
me your conviction.
The clues pointing to the identity of the hitman's target. I know. I've known all along.
It was Kurumi.
Now, expose the truth. Do it. If you want to burn the world down.
Okay, bro, I don't want to do that. Relax. Defeat Yomi with the key. What was the clue leading to the true culprit? Probably the photo.
The bloodstained photo found in the hallway near the lab. There was a person pictured with a woman.
Yeah, I'm to assume that that's supposed to be Yako.
That was the hitman's target. The real culprit behind this case.
Damn, Yako had a wife then. And she must have been a scientist who might have also worked with Wesko.
The blood obscured the person's face, but I know who it is. It could only be one person. It could only be...
How do you know? That person in the photo is the hitman's target. And who is it?
It's...
No. Stop! Don't you dare say another word! No one wants the truth!
I don't understand, but good luck, Master. I'm always by your side, haunting you.
Photoshop? It's Yomi. Who is that guy? What? Him? Who is the true culprit? This is some amazing Photoshop abilities right here. Wow. Who is this guy? Batman. Or maybe it's all three, you know? Maybe it's like all three of them just like triplets, you know? They just married the same girl or whatever. She's cheating. And there it is.
Damn it.
Huh?
Chief. Yako.
No. He's my favorite character. It doesn't make him any less though.
Huh? Why? Why is Fuzzhead here?
Chief Yako was the only person attacked by the hitman in the lab. In other words, the Chief was the hitman's target. But Chief Yako tried to hide that photo by tossing it behind the houseplant. He hid it knowing it'd be an important clue. And that's because the person in the photo is Chief Yako himself. It was given to the hitman so he'd know his target, and the Chief tried to conceal it. Which means the blood covering the face on the photo was likely done on purpose.
Hold on, Master! Are you serious? You're really saying Fuzzhead is the culprit? Really? I don't buy it. You think he actually put together this elaborate murder? He's knocking on death's door just for this?
I don't want to believe it either, but there's no other way.
Don't forget this stuff.
Battle with Vivia. He's gonna throw questions at you back to back. Press the correct button when you think you've got the correct answer. You'll take damage if you avoid all assailing assaults. Okay. Minigame.
The Phantom vanished. The truth has been mostly exposed, and the labyrinth cannot function much longer. Anything I do now might not matter, but I'll do it anyway. Because it's something I must do.
This is the biggest box cutter
While
I've ever
the
seen.
chief takes his final breaths.
Vivia.
Yuma. If Chief Yako is the culprit, then what about that death threat?
Right? What about it?
Why would the chief send it? If he was the killer.
Because he had a vendetta.
Answer me, Yuma.
Why did Yako send the death threat? To make it seem like the doctor was in danger? He wanted someone to stop his crime. To scare the doctor.
That's not the reason.
Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to see them. Why did he send the death threat?
Why would the chief send it?
He sent the death threat because to make it seem like he was in danger. Wanted someone to stop his crime. No. I think it's the first one. Yeah. Because he wanted him to feel fear, that's why. But he didn't, that's why. Sorry, I can't read fast enough. Sometimes these like things pass by too quick for the QTE. Yeah, to make it seem like he was in danger.
By sending that note, everyone would believe the doctor's life was in danger.
Including the doctor too. And he probably had to do it too because he knew that he was trying to get out of the city.
Which was necessary for this sequence of events to take place. All the master detectives headed to the secret lab because of that note. Chief Yako brought them here to take advantage of their abilities and murder the doctor.
Huh? Their abilities?
But the death threat wasn't sent just to the detectives. The peacekeepers received it too.
Right?
What was the point of that? Why put them on high alert? What is the truth behind it all?
Why was it sent to the peacekeepers? To use the disguise ability. Oh, yeah, I think that's it. To incite chaos at the scene. To get arrested after the incident.
Chief couldn't have been thinking about that.
To get arrested.
But
No.
the death.
No, because he intended to die, that's why. Yeah. He intended to die after that, so he wasn't planning on getting arrested at all. It was the first one, I think, again. No, not disguise. He didn't plan on disguising. This one, I think.
The chief couldn't have.
Okay, it's not chaos. I see. So it's the first one then to use the disguise.
What is the truth behind it all?
So that's the only way he could get inside, by using Desuhiko's Peacekeeper disguise ability. I get it. Alright.
The note was sent to the Peacekeepers because they were also part of the plan. When the Peacekeepers received the note, they dispatched a lot of their personnel to the scene. The master detectives were able to take advantage of the commotion to enter the facility. They did it by disguising themselves as Peacekeepers.
Right.
Would be convenient to have a lot of peacekeepers around if you want to get into the lab disguised as one.
This is why the Peacekeepers also received the death threat.
Hey, you still want to do this? It's not too late to give up.
I am well aware of the danger. I haven't gotten this much exercise in a long time. But this is something I must do. I can't leave the chief like this.
Vivia.
Let's continue, Yuma. So, everyone disguised themselves as peacekeepers and entered the lab. You were already at the lab, and that's where you met up with the chief, right?
Yes, but we decided to split up after the blackout occurred.
Wait! That blackout should have caused a commotion. If we leave now, the Peacekeepers will see us. I knew it. This place is crawling with them.
What do we do?
I'll draw their attention to buy some time. In the meantime, you two hurry to that doctor.
The chief said he'd buy us some time, but he actually went and hid inside the airlock.
Was the blackout part of the plan? So the one who caused it, was that also the chief?
Who caused the blackout? No. That was the actual killer. Not Huesca. Not Yako. But the hitman. They really don't give me any time to... No time to react to this at all.
The chief was with me in the security room at the time of the blackout. It's impossible for him to have caused it. So the only person it could be is the hitman. It must have been part of the job. He instructed the hitman to cause a blackout at a specific time.
But why?
To throw off the evidence, maybe?
It made us think the doctor was in danger, so we'd go check on him.
Oh, that too.
We used Amapal and Fortes to get through the tight security system. Chief Yako had it all planned out from the start. He used us to break through the security so he could kill the doctor.
So, Master using Amapal and the Sheltered Skank's time rewinding ability at the panel chamber? That was all part of Fuzzhead's plan?
The only way to get past security was to use both Amapal and that Forte. The chief knew we'd figure that out.
I think it's more like he trusted us. He trusted that we would arrive at that conclusion.
I'm counting on you both. See you later.
Trust? How could this be a trust thing? He was clearly taking advantage of you all. He gathered the master detectives using a fake death threat, then used their Fortes to commit murder.
That is true.
What a scumbag! He used you all to get away with murder! Out of all the criminals I've ever met, he's the worst coward of them all!
I mean, Icardi was pretty bad. He destroyed an entire district. I don't think we'll get any worse than him, really. And Yomi.
Master, grab that coward and...
Enough!
Oh.
Why did it have to come to this?
Character development?
Chief Yako saved me. He took me in. I had lost everything. Even my memories. Sure, he may have been a little pushy at times, but still. I really admired him. So, why? Why did you do it? Is this about the woman in the picture? Chief, please tell me! Or
There's no point in asking. That's just a mystery phantom. It's not the real Fuzzhead. Master, watch out!
The phantoms are a reflection of the same people in the real world, right? Which means he should hold the same thoughts. The photo behind the houseplant. I don't know what the chief was hiding, but that photo must have been dropped by the hitman after he was done with it. The chief picked it up and used his own blood to obscure the face. He knew the truth would be exposed if that photo was found. So, he hid it behind the potted plant. He left his blood on it, almost like he wrote a dying message. But in truth, it was actually a secret he wanted to keep hidden.
Master, I think you know this, but to exit the mystery labyrinth, you will have to eliminate the culprit.
eliminate the chief?
Are you really going to do this? After all the mysteries are solved, the chief back in the real world will die. But you saw yourself, Yuma. The chief is already knocking on death's door. Will you still bury him in the name of truth?
The chief took me in when I had no memories, or anyone to turn to. I trusted him from the bottom of my heart. Now, I have to end his life?
You know, I liked it, surprisingly. The little bit of peace and quiet I found at the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Vivia, you knew the truth behind this case from the very beginning.
I had a hunch. Because of my spectral projection, I knew the chief had been planning something for quite some time, but I pretended not to see. I admired him and the world he had made.
That's why you threatened me, and were so uncooperative in the investigation.
I knew you would reach the truth eventually, Yuma, but I tried my best to keep you away. Exposing the truth won't save anyone, neither the chief nor you.
Master, you've already come this far. You've got to finish this. What'll happen to the other master detectives if you die here? Didn't you say you wanted to expose the truth and save everyone?
Vivia, you told me that the time would come when I'd have to prove my conviction. The conviction to accept the truth, no matter how cruel it may be. Now is that time, isn't it?
Yes, and yet you intend to continue, if you're prepared for it.
Hey! You better not get in Master's way again!
Yuma, do you remember when the chief's soul called out to us?
Huh?
Yeah, the truth is cruel. Never in history has the truth been known to be kind. But you know what? Turning your eyes away from the truth and living a lie is harsh too. In the end, you can never look away from the truth. As long as you live, you must face that pain. So really, what's the point of worrying so much about it? When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
I always averted my eyes from the truth, for my own sake. my own peace and quiet. But I could never say with confidence that I was proud of myself. In the end, I was just running away from everything. That's why I entrust this to you, Yuma.
Entrust what?
You signed a pact with the Death God and your desire for the truth. I want to see your conviction. As long as you don't stray from exposing all truth, I believe you'll be able to face it, cruel as it may be. I want to see it through to the end. It's why I followed you here. In that sense, we're accomplices. If you must bring down the chief, then I will lend a hand. I won't avert my eyes any longer. I, too, want to live with my head held high, because I, too, am a detective.
Vivia.
When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
I understand, Chief Yako. Thank you for everything you've done for me.
That's a pretty cool roundabout story for Vivia. And hopefully a permanent learning lesson for Yuma here. Not all truths are pretty. I mean, shit, besides like chapter 1, all the other truths have been pretty grimy. Because chapter 1 was just a simple murder. What, chapter 2? Chapter 3? Alright, let's begin. So, we got door to the critical lab. Where is the secret lab located? I don't even have that yet. Dr. Huesca is inside. The Peking detectives. Death threat to Huesca. Death threat was also sent to the agency. Meanwhile, Director Yomi. I don't have this either. Death threat sent to the detective agency, and also how was Huesca communicated with? Intercom. Yomi and the peacekeepers arrive. Yuma and Makoto get separated. I get arrested, but then I get rescued. What happens after? 3, assess the situation. Fink cuts the power. Power outage happens. Culprit then uses a diversion. Culprit is determined. Moves to carry out the plan. Culprit enters the airlock chamber. Where did the culprit hide? Don't have that. Yuma and the others go to protect Dr. Huesca. We arrive in front of the critical lab. Confirm that he's safe. He suddenly calls for help. Communication is then lost. The culprit used to get past security. This goes here. Nice. I'm a pal. The culprit leaves the decontamination device. 3, operate Amapal. He's on. This is ridiculous. He's on top of it. He eats the poison. Oh god. He continues through the panel chamber. He proceeds to get electrocuted because I fuck up. I like how he's just chilling still. Whose power was used in the panel room? I don't have it yet. Redo, rushing into the control, the panel, break through the panels. Press the switch for the critical lab. The door unlocks. Yako frickin' Olympic jumps on top of the door, so extra. Lands and enters the lab. Sneaks up behind Huesca because he's deaf. Takes out the knife. Which weapon was used to kill Huesca? The knife. approaches Huesca from behind, kills him. He's dead. Amapao enters the room. Roundhouse kicks it. Point of view is being knocked over at the doctor. The culprit is on the move. He escapes. He escapes. And he hides again. He then exits after we leave. We find Huesca's body. Who killed the culprit? Just don't have that. Fink then finds me, kills me as planned. Culprit collapses. Gets the photo, destroys the evidence. He dead. Who's the culprit? Okay, now I gotta head back because I got all these new hints. Why did they give it to me out of order? They really should just give it to me straight. Where's the secret lab located? Amaterasu Corporation. And at this moment, the death threat is sent to the detective agency and the peacekeepers. Man, I can't wait to kill Yomi. Such an asshole. With the textbook definition of a high school bully. Where did the culprit hide? In the rough. The vent. What power was used in the panel room? Key. And who killed the culprit? Oh, this would be... Oh, I don't have it. I need to do this one first. Fink. Wait, what? But he did. Fink killed Yako. What? Oh, okay. Okay, I guess it goes here instead. Oh, alright. Sure. Then Yako goes here. There you go. And that's that. This is the answer. No, why'd you have to kill Yako? Let me guess. He used... Huesca used him as an his wife as an experiment or something.
A research doctor, a hitman, and master detectives. 2 dead bodies, but lots of shady characters.
Alright, let's see this denouement.
Bombs are about to be dropped. Time for the deduction denouement.
The victim in this case is one Dr. Huesca. This incident features a sinister and meticulously detailed plot centered on the doctor.
The old geezer was holed up inside a lab at Amaterasu HQ. He was a total hermit in the critical lab with a totally overkill security system.
The culprit made thorough preparations beforehand to break through that system.
Boom killing a shut-in is hard work. The humane thing to do is to reintroduce him to society first.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, with that out of the way.
Job application? Job application? I fumbled.
Posing as a hitman, the culprit sent a death threat to the peacekeepers, the detective agency, and the research lab. At the same time, they contracted a real hitman and had him infiltrate the research facility.
How does this guy get past clearance? What the heck?
They spilled the beans about Gramps being in danger to lure both the peacekeepers and the detectives to the lab.
You see, the master detective's presence at the scene was an indispensable part of the plan. It was how the culprit gained access to the research facility, after all.
Right.
The hitman infiltrated the lab exactly as planned. And we arrived with Mikoto at the same time.
Stuff went down, blah blah blah, and Master got locked up by that Yomi guy.
I was rescued by Desuhiko and the culprit, who were disguised as peacekeepers. With the real peacekeepers rushing around, the culprit took advantage of the turmoil to sneak into the lab. But after catching up with them, the power suddenly went out, separating the culprit from the rest of the group.
The blackout itself was caused by the hitman, right? And getting separated was all part of the culprit's plan.
Right. They used the blackout as an opportunity to hide in the vents in the airlock chamber. Afterwards, we headed to the critical lab to check on the doctor's condition, just like the culprit directed us. But since that lab used a separate power supply, nothing strange had happened.
His whole "the doctor's in danger" spiel was an act, huh? He made a fool of you, Master. What a dick!
Yeah, and I mean, this plan probably wouldn't have worked if he didn't do that too, because if he wasn't planning on skipping town, he would have seen that as an opportunity to leave.
But then, someone attacked the doctor while we were trying to talk with him over the intercom. We had to get into the doctor's lab.
But that time, the old geezer was playing games with us. And he even tried to kill you and the others with a trap! That bastard wanted to use your dead bodies! He really got you there, Master!
I don't see why you're so happy about it.
He wanted to bait all three of us though, I don't know why.
The doctor's sham made the case even more confusing.
Right?
Even if we tried to get to the doctor, the critical lab was guarded by tight security. The only way through was by using an Amapal. The culprit rode on it by emerging from their hiding place in the airlock vent and jumping onto the robot's head.
All aboard the Amapal Express! First stop, a shower of toxic gas! Humans can't protect themselves against the gas, but since it's not instantly fatal, it wasn't a problem. Next up, the panel chamber and high-voltage shocks! One wrong move, and it was insta-death.
Yep. Well, I killed him like, what, 3 times?
But thanks to that sheltered skank, we got all the continues we could want.
That's crazy.
So we managed a perfect clear! The critical lab was finally breached!
The culprit had anticipated we would get through this way. They also knew they would die over and over as a result. The camera feed was affected when the culprit jumped on. I should have realized what was happening.
True. If we waited to see Yako's dead body just fall in front of the robot, we would have been able to tell. But I guess that never happened.
No use crying over spilt blood. On to the next thing! Where were we? Oh yeah! To open the door to the doctor's lab, Amapal had to reach out its arm and hit a switch. And when the door opened wide enough for a person to squeeze through, the killer snuck inside.
Amapal can't follow any new commands while its arm is extended, so the culprit didn't show up on the camera.
Then, the culprit boom killed the old geezer using the same knife as the hitman.
Wow, being deaf sucks. He didn't hear the door or any of that.
Gramps was pretty much deaf, so a backstab was easy peasy.
It's backstab.
Then, the murderer tried to leave the room before Amapal entered. But they knocked the robot over on the way out.
They then went back into the airlock chamber vent to wait for you and the others to go by.
We entered the critical lab and found the doctor's body. The culprit used that time to get out of the vent and head for the hallway.
That was when they were found by the hitman. And stabbed.
They'd already been in contact with the toxic gas, so death was inevitable. However, dying by gas would expose them as the doctor's killer. So they hired the hitman to kill them, thereby concealing any involvement.
Right? And that's that.
I guess that means the killer completely trusted in the Master Detective's capabilities. They knew those powers would get them close to the doctor. But why were they willing to die to hide the crime?
I can't say for certain. Was it his pride as a detective? Did he simply not want his friends to know? Whatever it may be, I'm prepared to face the truth. The culprit who murdered Dr. Weska, and even included his own death in the plot.
Yako Furio! It was you!
Do we have to do the same death cutscene for him?
I will expose the truth! But why? Chief Yako, why? Why didn't you ever talk to us about this? Why did it have to end this way? Why didn't you tell us? Is this really what you wanted? Can you even hear me?
It doesn't matter who it is. Exterminating the real culprit's soul and destroying the mystery labyrinth. That's why I'm here.
What? He's not gonna talk to us? Icardi did.
Surging bloodlust. Overflowing despair. The brilliant soul of Shinigami shall expunge this cursed case!
I'm gonna have Icardi tell me his life story, but I'm not gonna get Yako backstory on why he did it.
Mystery labyrinth! Start the shining rainbow, glorious stellar spiral! The retrographic
Aww. Granted him peace. But now we'll never know his story. Who is the woman?
Master's naivete must be rubbing off on me. I mean, not even I hated Fuzzhead. That's weird. This mystery labyrinth is falling apart slower than usual. I wonder why.
We shouldn't let our guards down yet. Do you really think we're done here?
Huh?
I sure hope so. I'd like to end the episode and grab some water.
Do you have all of the fragments of truth that you sought? If so, we could just leave, right?
Some mysteries remain. All mysteries are now solved. What? I don't know.
No, we haven't uncovered everything yet.
You tell me, Yuma. I can't look at the menu right now.
No, there are still some mysteries remaining.
Huh? What's remaining? I read the culprit's soul already. I know it's slow, but this place is starting to come down.
Maybe it's not directly related to this case. I don't want to leave any questions unanswered. For Chief Yako's sake, please, help me, Shinigami.
Oh, fine. I can't say no to you, Master. You know I can't resist helping you when you rely on me. First, we need to reveal whatever mysteries are left. That should open up a new path. Lay it all out, Master!
Oh, barrel minigame? Alright. I don't know what evidence we haven't touched yet.